Now, one of the things that we've always seen is the absolutely fabulous Jasmine Crockett demolish these guys on the right, especially a lot of these MAGA goons. In this video, we're going to see something a bit different. We're going to see Jasmine Crockett literally take down the far right, MAGA, Marjorie Taylor Greene, but it's going to be a bit different, but you guys will see in the video. Bear with, it's going to be a bit different, but bear with us and you're going to see the reason as to why. Let's get into it.
The gentleman's time has expired. I now recognize Ms. Crockett from Texas for 5 minutes.
Yes, Madam Chair. I'd actually like to subpoena the former head of DOGE. If we could subpoena Elon Musk. Can we take a vote on that?
This hearing will suspend.
Is the clerk in place? Do we have a clerk? Can I make a motion that we subpoena Elon Musk right now?
The hearing has suspended.
Oh, well. Point of order, Madam Chair.
We're suspended.
Point of inquiry? I'm trying to ask a question.
The hearing is suspended. If you can have some patience, we're suspended.
It's
The hearing will now resume. Ms. Crockett, do you have a motion?
I didn't have a motion. I had a point of order. I was trying to determine how long it was going to take for us to call the roll. I can call it if need be.
Well, if you're not making a motion, then
already made
you
the
can
motion.
continue with your 5 minutes of
The
questioning.
motion was to subpoena Elon Musk, who was heading DOGE, who is the one that made the recommendations for these cuts, yet he is yet to come before this committee. And last time I checked, none of the witnesses sitting here know anything about DOGE except for what they read on the internet. I want to talk to the person.
This isn't either. You've made your motion.
Okay, well, you were asking, so I wanted to make sure you
You made your
understood.
motion.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Burchett,
Chair Lady, I'd like make a motion to table that motion.
the motion is not debatable, as many are in favor of tabling the motion. Signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed signify by saying no.
No.
In the opinion of the chair, the yeas have it.
Madam Chair, we'd
and
ask
the
for a
motion
recorded
to
vote.
Table is agreed to. A recorded vote is ordered. The clerk will call the roll.
Yeah, call it.
We're going to wait one moment. The clerk will get the voting sheets.
Okay.
Say that. I think she needs to say that.
Well, yes, the clerk will prepare for the vote, and then we'll go from there. The hearing is suspended.
So guys, I want you to bear with me now. And the reason why I didn't want to cut this part out, I wanted to show you guys, like, look, this is a madness. Now, they have the hearing suspended for about 5 to 6 minutes. And I'm literally just finding where it resumes from for you guys now, just so that you guys understand how long it actually took. Let's get back into it. And you're now going to see Jasmine Crockett shred Republicans in Elon Musk.
Roll.
Mr. Cloud.
No. Oh,
Mr.
Yes, to table.
Mr. Cloud votes yes. Mr. Fallon. Mr. Timmons. Mr. Timmons votes yes. Mr. Burchett. Mr. Burchett votes aye. Mr. Burleson. Mr. Jack.
Aye.
Mr. Jack votes aye. Mr. Gill. Mr. Gill votes aye. Ms. Stansberry. Ms. Norton. Mr. Lynch. Mr. Lynch votes no. Mr. Garcia. Mr. Cassar. Mr. Crockett, or Ms. Crockett.
No.
Ms. Green.
Yes to table. The clerk will report the tally.
Madam Chair, the ayes are yes, the noes are 4.
The yeas have it, and the motion to table is agreed to. The committee will now resume. I now recognize Ms. Crockett for 5 minutes.
Thank you so much. You know what? It's interesting because we sit here in the Department of Government Efficiency Subcommittee, and the most inefficient thing that we have done since we have had the invention of this nonsense was the fact that we have decided that we will not do accountability or oversight over DOGE because we have failed to bring in the person who actually runs DOGE. In fact, we have decided, or actually y'all decided, that we wouldn't even debate why it is that we should or should not subpoena Elon Musk. In fact, y'all are just trying to get rid of the musky smell because it wasn't working out very well for you. And now you want to pretend as if you are coming in here to do exactly what your constituents want you to do. But the last time I checked, y'all didn't want to go talk to your constituents, because if there was one thing they were complaining about, it was Elon and it was DOGE. You didn't want to hear those. And listen, if I had time, I would run the tape, but I only got 5 minutes because there's plenty of video footage of all of y'all getting your butts handed to you when you went home and people told you how they felt about DOGE. So let's talk about it for a quick second. Americans are looking for help, but instead of offering it to them, the Republicans have unleashed the most aggressive attack on the working class families in American history. And they have been excited to do so. In fact, they are here today arguing to make all the chaos, confusion, and destruction caused by DOGE permanent. They want hungry kids to be permanent. They want sicker Americans to be permanent. They want homeless veterans to be permanent, shuttered hospitals to be permanent, disrupted Social Security benefits to be permanent. They sold out their constituents to give permanent tax breaks to billionaires, and they're doing it. And now they want to have a victory lap, celebrating the pain of their constituents. So, Ms. DeVito, let's go through some of the things that the Republicans have done to see if they're helpful or harmful to Americans. Helpful or harmful? Stripping health care away from 16 million people.
I would say harmful.
Laying off hundreds of thousands of federal workers.
Harmful.
Disrupting or delaying federal services such as Social Security.
Harmful.
Medicaid.
Harmful.
SNAP benefits.
Harmful.
Cutting billions from agencies like NIH.
Harmful.
EPA.
Harmful.
HUD.
Harmful.
FDA.
Harmful.
All right, seems like you understand the assignment. There's an entire agenda that is attacking the working class Americans from start to finish. And then the thing is, they told us that they were going to do this, but, you know, they pretended as if they knew nothing about the playbook that was laid out by good old Heritage Foundation. All of this talk about lowering costs and reducing waste is absolute BS. Their agenda is about one thing: making the federal government so weak that they can exploit it for their personal gain. They're stealing your data to help their companies. They're taking away your health care and food assistance to fund tax cuts for billionaires. Their agenda is pro-disinformation, pro-obstruction, pro-greed, and pro-exploitation. If you didn't know, that's what DOGE actually spells out. D, disinformation. O, obstruction. G, greed. And E, exploitation. And congressional Republicans have been complicit in this agenda. They've helped this administration terrorize the public. They've allowed this administration to launch the country into a war without congressional approval. And while we're talking about saving money, Let me tell you, just dropping those few bombs in one day, that was the beginning of what is going to be a very long bill for us as they talk about being efficient. There was nothing efficient about doing it. And maybe if there was some consultation, maybe with those that say have constitutional authority, since we care about the Constitution, then maybe we could have saved the American people not only money, but the lives that are now at risk as we have to put out warnings for American citizens in this country and abroad. Maybe we need to start leading with the people at the middle of what it is that is guiding us instead of following one person. The reason that people like me say things like y'all are in a cult is because somehow people are abdicating their duties and abdicating the very people that put them into office. But I got 30 seconds. They've allowed this administration to steal congressionally approved money for cancer research and food delivery to vulnerable communities. They've allowed Elon Musk to infiltrate your medical records and banking data. They've allowed this administration to ignore court rulings, and now Republicans are here patting themselves on the back, literally arguing to make this chaos permanent. So Americans are going to continue to live through chaos and destruction that has been occurring ever since he swore in January. And I hope y'all remember who caused this, because it wasn't
The
just
gentlelady's time has
it was
expired.
Also the congressional Republicans.
The
who don't
gentlelady's
have a spine
time
to do
has
what's right.
expired.
Guys, that was absolutely chaotic. Now, I don't know if any of you guys actually picked up on Marjorie Taylor Greene, who is the chairwoman for DOGE hearings, not knowing what she had to say, not knowing what she had to do, literally being given scripts by her aide to enable her to be able to speak and say the things that it is that she's meant to say. This is Marjorie Taylor Greene, the lady that keeps on being put back in positions of power. But look, I just want to give you guys my couple thoughts when it comes to DOGE and Elon Musk. Listen, Jasmine Crockett is 100% right to subpoena Elon Musk, because accountability should be at the core of the government, without a shadow of a doubt. And that's one of the things that it is that Elon Musk spoke about. He spoke about transparency within DOGE, and there's been absolutely nothing transparent. Let's have it right. Elon Musk initially promised to cut at least $2 trillion in government spending. And then further on down the line, he revised it, and then he lowered it to $1 trillion. But the reality is this, that was nowhere near achieved. DOGE's own calculations claimed that 170 billion in savings had been made, but independent analysis found only 70.9 billion was clearly itemized. And the majority of those figures have been disputed because people are basically saying that they're not true. That's literally what it is that people are saying. And this is the craziest part, and this backs up what Jasmine Crockett said. The largest areas of federal spending where the cuts were made was programs like Social Security and Medicare. These are things that people need, that are going to benefit the American people, but these are where they made the biggest cuts. And that is where the craziest part about it is that these guys promised to help the American people, but all they've done is hurt the American people. As usual, guys, I want to know your guys' thoughts in the comment section down below. While you guys are down there, do me a massive favor, hit the thumbs up button purely for the YouTube algorithm. I hope you guys don't mind in the middle of the video, instead of pausing it and cutting it out, I just wanted to skip it across, just to actually show you guys how long the hearing was actually suspended for about 5 to 6 minutes until they found a clerk. But let me know your guys' thoughts in the comment section down below. I appreciate you guys, and I will see you guys in the next one.